Now, First Alert 6 weather.
All right, well, good afternoon, everyone. Meteorologist Bo Fogle here, cutting into our YouTube channel and our 24/7 channel, giving you your afternoon First Alert weather update, tracking a cold blast coming in at the end of the work week, and also tracking another chance for more snow tomorrow and this weekend. So, not a whole lot has changed in the past few hours, but I want to show you the updated hour by hour timeline of that snow and let you know how much we could see. And then I'll talk about when we can finally get relief from this Arctic blast that's been sitting over us for over a week. I know many of you are probably tired of the cold as well as I am and are ready for some decent temperatures in the 30s and 40s. Don't worry, it is coming. We just got to wait a little bit longer before we get there. So, turning now to the weather headlines, we mentioned that today is going to be the warmest day out of the work week, and it looks to live up to that. We're already at 29 degrees here in Omaha, and so we're still expecting to reach up into the lower to mid 30s by the next hour or two. And then for the rest of the week, we're going to see temperatures fall back down into the 20s and teens with chances of snow mainly on Thursday, and then another chance for snow Saturday night into Sunday morning. So a few things to talk about, nothing to really get too worked up over, but definitely want to talk about those impacts of the snow and the cold temperatures. So looking at your forecast for the rest of today, we're going to be seeing mostly sunny skies, where there will be some cloud cover from time to time. Temperatures still expected to warm up into the lower to mid 30s. It really helps that the winds are calmer, so it's not blowing in that colder air, and it also helps that we are seeing more sunshine. But we're going to see the cloud cover increase tonight, and we're going to see overcast skies. But at least though with the overcast skies, it's going to prevent temperatures from cooling down too much. Lows tonight will be down into the teens. And then tomorrow is going to be a cold, overcast, and possibly even snowy day for some areas, especially west of the metro, where they have a better chance of seeing that snow. So tomorrow, highs will barely reach the lower 20s with overcast skies all day. The best chance of snow will be during the morning hours. But as I said, I think the best chance of snow will be west of the metro, and it's only going to be an isolated, almost a scattered chance. So some areas will not even get anything, while other areas will see a little bit of something. So it's not expected to be a big system. It's just a front moving through, not very strong, doesn't have a whole lot of moisture to work with. So here's your hour by hour. We'll start seeing those snow flurries come in Thursday morning, but you notice that a lot of it stays to the west, and it also is very light. You can see that here, not a lot of snow expected to be falling Thursday morning. So your morning commute should be fine. And then as we head through the day, we'll see more and more chances of those flurries from time to time. And so by the evening commute, it should still be fine. So I'm not too concerned about driving conditions. But of course, if you do see a little bit of dusting on the road, that's enough for slippery travel. We had a dusting not too long ago, and it caused a lot of crashes. So we want people to be aware that even a dusting of snow on the roads can still cause slippery travel. So please be careful. And then as we head into Friday, we'll see another shot for more snowfall during the morning hours again. I think Friday morning will be the best chance of the metro seeing snow as people get ready for work. So Friday morning will probably increase those snow chances to isolated just because of what this model is showing. There's a good chance we could see some snowflakes come in during the morning commute. But potential snowfall, not very impressing. A dusting, if you're lucky. You can see that here. I'll go back a little bit since those measurements were taken out like that. There we go. You can see by Friday morning at 7 o'clock in the morning, not too concerned about it at all. You notice that the best chance of snow is west of the metro and potentially even north. And so if you're lucky, and that's an if, you might get a dusting. But I don't think we're going to see hardly anything from this system, which is great news, but it also is bad because we are actually below average for potential snowfall. We need more snow. We're about 8 inches behind in terms of how much snow we're supposed to get at this point of the season. And so looking at your 3-day forecast, temperatures 21 on Thursday, 14 on Friday. We might even cool down Friday even more because of the winds and the fact that we could see some snowflakes in the morning. So to finish off the work week for the last work week of January, it's looking to be cold, and so it's not going to be great. So Looking at the wind chills for tomorrow, they should be close to the actual temperatures just because the winds are going to be calm. So I'm not too concerned about wind chills for tomorrow. It's going to be cold, but we have dealt with way worse the past week or so. So in the morning, it'll be in the single digits. By the afternoon, it'll be in the 20s. And then Friday, we are going to see wind chills fall back to below 0. Friday morning, wind chills could be as cold as 10 below during your morning commute. And then by the afternoon, they'll only improve to the single digits. Now, 10 below is not enough for school to get canceled or anything like that. But of course, it is cold enough for hypothermia to kick in if you're not properly dressed. So make sure the kids are wearing plenty of layers, gloves, hats, scarves, the whole thing. It is going to be cold Friday morning. And then focusing on the winds for Friday, that's the biggest reason why the wind chills are going to be so cold. Winds are going to be coming in from the north, blowing in that cold air, could gust up to about 30 miles per hour. So that's the biggest reason why Friday is going to be so cold, is because of those winds. And then looking at your weekend forecast, we improve pretty quickly throughout the weekend. Friday, cold, breezy, sunny. Saturday, it gets a little better with the calmer winds and temperatures around 20 degrees with sunshine. And then Sunday, we'll be back to average. But the catch is that we're going to see another shot of snow and overcast skies, as well as breezy winds. So Sunday, it's going to be warmer, but it's not going to be the greatest day. Overcast with those chances of snow. It looks like, though, the heavier snow, when it comes through, it'll be overnight while we're sleeping, Saturday night into Sunday morning. This is the model timing of that snow Saturday night and Sunday morning. Not very impressive. You can see it comes in around 10 or 11 o'clock, and then it pretty much moves out of here by Sunday morning. We could see a couple of flurries behind the main line, but the chances are low right now. So again, this is another system, another front that's relatively weak, not expecting a whole lot out of this system. So just a lot of flurries here and there, no big snowstorms heading our way for now. So looking at your 10-day forecast for pretty much over the next 5 days after today, it's going to be cold. 20s and teens with some sunshine here and there, overcast skies, and that chance of snow Thursday and Friday. But believe it or not, February begins Sunday. So we're already almost a month in to 2026. And Sunday, it's going to be in the 30s. And then Groundhog Day is going to be very comfortable. Upper 30s for the area, mostly sunny. And then we pretty much stay like that in the mid to upper 30s, potentially even 40s by the end of the work week next week. Now, don't get too excited with the 49 on that Friday on the 10th day. That might decrease. I mean, 49 is a stretch. We might decrease that a little bit. So, but I mean, the upper 30s and lower 40s, I think at this point anybody will take that. I mean, that's quite nice for the area. And then the latest long-term models have indicated that for the first part of February, it's looking to be warmer than average. And we're thinking like 40s for the majority of the first month of February, which is great news. February might be a decent month for the area, but I will say we're on track of seeing patterns that we saw last winter season, where we were really dry in January. And then as we head into mid-February, we started to see some activity. And then by March, we had those 2 blizzards that were back to back. And so, I mean, this winter season is tracking very similar to what we saw last season. So there might be indications that we might see some activity over the next few weeks. But of course, I could be completely wrong. I mean, after 7 days on the models, they are very unreliable. So we'll see what happens. But the biggest thing is that we are going to recover from these bitter cold temperatures by the start of February next week. So not much longer, folks. Just going to have to deal with the cold a little bit longer. So those are all the updates I got. Of course, meteorologist, I will be here during the 3 o'clock show. Whoop, push the wrong button. There we go. So I'll be here for the 3 o'clock show, and then meteorologist Jade Steffens will be here for the rest of the evening to give you an updated forecast. Make sure you watch us and tune in to get the latest updates. And so it should be a decent way to finish off the work week. So make sure you bundle up. It's just going to be cold. That's the biggest topic. So hopefully everybody's having a good Wednesday. Hopefully you take advantage of the average temperatures outside. 29 right now. I'm sure we're going to reach 30 degrees at any moment. So hopefully everybody's having a good Wednesday, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.